Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now this is the updated best fighting types for raids on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now going over the old video, we had Koraidon and Iron Valiant. Let me go for them real quick. Fighting type Tera, Metronome, we had the Drain Punch, Breaking Swipe, Swords Dance and Collision Course, the Orichalcum Pulse, the HP and Attack EVs, we had the Adamant Nature, max IVs on everything except special attack. And then for the Iron Valiant, we had fighting type Tera, Metronome. Going across, we had the HP and the special attack EVs. We had the Modest Nature, Aerosphere, Stored Power, Calm Mind and Moonblast. Max IVs in everything except physical attack. We had the ability Quark Drive. Now one of these two Pokemon has been replaced. Can you guess who it is? It's going to be the Iron Valiant. I'll tell you a bit why later. Now, there was someone that was very close to replacing Koraidon. It was Galarian Zapdos. Now, the move Thunderous Kick is the reason why, but Galarian Zapdos doesn't have access to Swords Dance, and we get to use an offensive item with Koraidon, and it just keeps us alive for so much longer. So Koraidon is just hands down the best option for best physical fighting type Pokemon. I doubt that'll change soon. It's such a strong Pokemon. Just everything about it makes it a beast in raids. So it's going to be the fighting type Tera. Going to be using the Metronome. This boosts our power every time we use a move in a row. So say if we use Drain Punch, if we use it again a turn after, it'll go to 120% power, 20% plus every single turn we use it, up to 200% unless it gets interrupted. It will stay at 200%. EVs are going to go into attack and HP for survivability and damage. We're going to want the Adamant Nature, Orichalcum Pulse, Drain Punch, Breaking Swipe, Swords Dance and Collision Course. We've just been over it. I won't go into it too much. But Drain Punch is going to be our draining move. It keeps us alive all raid. Breaking Swipe lowers that attack. If we want to start with that, we can if they have a rough or something like that. We have Swords Dance to increase our own power and Collision Course for fun, really strong hits. We're going to go over 2 raids for the physical attacker and 2 for the special attacker to show you how good they are. Starting with the physical attacker, I will see you at the first raid. But if you do enjoy these videos, make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell. It shows me that you're really enjoying the videos. Make sure to come join the Discord. It's a lot of fun over there. Would love to see you all. Link in the description. So first up, we have a 6-star Dark type Mabostiff. Let's get straight into it. So Orichalcum Pulse has activated. As soon as you get into the raid, the sun will come out, and this will give us an increased power in attack because of our ability. And we're going to use Swords Dance first turn. Going to get hit with the Outrage. That is completely fine because we pretty much can't die after we use Swords Dance and then just start using Drain Punch. It's so strong, this build. So we use Drain Punch. As you can see, it's not doing too much damage, but it will get stronger every single turn from here on out. And our next 4 turns are going to be boosted anyway because of the actual sunlight. So this one is going to be at 120% damage, this attack, because of our Metronome, so it will do even more damage. And we're just getting health back every single turn. It steals some of our Tera Charge, that's not very nice. So that was our 140% attack. As you can see, it's doing ridiculous damage now already. We've nearly defeated the raid. Too bad he stole our Tera Charge. We'll have to do a normal hit against his shield next turn. The shield has gone up. He removes negative effects from himself. That's fine. We use Drain Punch again. That would have been our 4th in a row, so that was 160% damage. He just keeps hitting us with Outrage, but it does not matter. It does 120, 130 damage. Now we can Terastallize. So we're going to Terastallize it into our pure fighting type here, and we will no longer be weak to Outrage. Even if we was, it wouldn't matter. I doubt this will finish it off in one hit, but we do go back to full health guaranteed. What's this, like 180% power? Might finish it off. So it doesn't finish it off. It does take off most of its shield though. We go back to full health, as you can see. He's going to nullify us, but it doesn't really matter at this point because we already have our Metronome stacks up all the way. So we've used 5 Drain Punches. This one will do 200% damage, double of what we was going to be doing at the start, and that's going to do a lot of damage. Even though he would have been gone that round, it'll just take us 1 more round to actually finish him off. There's his shield going down. He nullifies it again. Not sure why he'd do that. But let's finish the job. Finish this Mabostiff off. Ba-boom. Now that you see how easy that was, Koraidon is an absolute menace in raids. Going into this video, there was kind of no doubt that he would be the best fighting type. It's just like kind of one of them things. If I ever want a raid doing and I am struggling to do the raid and they're weak to fighting, I'm always turning to Koraidon. Now let's get into that second raid. So for our second 6-star raid, it's going to be a 6-star Dark type Revivroom. So let's begin. So the sunlight comes out and increases our damage. We're going to use Swords Dance turn 1 to increase that attack by 2 stages. We get hit with the Taunt. I was actually going to use 3 Swords Dance and then try an Orichalcum Pulse. Not an Orichalcum Pulse, so Collision Course. I guess we got to attack though. So we're going to start using Drain Punch. There's the first one. Actually, let me show you collision course. No, our metronome doesn't really come into use here because it's the first time, but I want to show you how much damage it does. As you can see, it does a lot of damage. We get hit with a gunk shot. We get poisoned, actually. And then he steals some of our Tera charge. What a terrible thing to do. Guess we go back to Drain Punch. We're going to use Drain Punch here. As you can see, it's doing a little bit of damage, not too much. But it does take us back up to max health because it gives us back 50% of the damage we deal. And they have so much health, these raid bosses. Oh, he's going to use Scary Face. He's going to be faster than us now. Then he uses Gunk Shot. Interesting. We're going to use Drain Punch. Doing a little bit more damage that time. Back up to almost full health that time. He removes negative effects from himself. I don't think he had any. Now we terrestrialize and use Drain Punch. It should do a lot of damage. We are still on +2 attack, and this is what, like our third one in a row, so 140% damage off the metronome. He uses Taunt again. He just loves keeping us in this taunt, doesn't he? See how much damage we do with the Drain Punch. So it does half of his shield. Just when you want to have a bit of fun with the collision course, you come against someone who taunt spams. Uses Shift Gear. This increases his attack by 1 stage and his speed by 2 stages, I believe. So he's going to be packing a bit more of a punch now. So he uses Gunk Shot. How much damage is this going to do? Not that much. Oh, he's burnt. Okay. So we use Drain Punch. That's going to take off the rest of his shield. So his shield breaks, and we have 2 attacks left to finish him. Probably do the job. Unless he nullifies here. He doesn't. This should do most of his health and damage. You never know. Arcanine might contribute to it. So as you can see, we do a ton of damage there, and we never came close to dying once in either raid. He's just that good. Another Shift Gear. Why not, right? He wants to be as fast as possible before he goes out. He's a speedy boy. You can't have wheels and not have speed. So he uses Gunk Shot, but it's all in vain because we're going to use one last Drain Punch and finish the Reviv off. I suppose that's that. They didn't even feel like 6-star raids because Koraidon is so good. Let's move into the special attacker. Now, moving on to special attackers, I see myself using Lucario a lot more than I use Iron Valiant these days, just because it has a better all-round moveset. We're going to be using the Fighting type Tera, of course. We're going to be using the Shell Bell. This gives us back 12.5% of health we deal to our target. This will keep us alive during that raid. We have EVs in a special attack and HP for survivability and damage. We are running the Modest Nature, max IVs, of course, in everything except attack. Using the ability Justified. I don't really mind what ability I have on Lucario. None of them help us too much. Our moves are going to be Aura Sphere, Calm Mind, Nasty Plot, and Iron Defense. Now, the reason I like Lucario so much at the minute is Iron Defense is just a complete defense against physical attackers. That's going to be an amazing move. Calm Mind is a defense against special attackers. Not as good as Iron Defense in terms of defense-wise, but it does defend us against special attackers, and it also increases our special attack, so it's kind of like offense and defense all in one. And then we have Nasty Plot in case we just want to go all out special attack and just go on the attack. And then we have the move Aura Sphere, which is a very powerful move, and it never misses. So it's good for those Pokemon like Earthworm, for example. Say we were against an Earthworm, we could Iron Defense, Nasty Plot, Aura Sphere, it's over. An Earthworm can be quite an annoying Pokemon to face. Now let's get into the first raid with Lucario. I'll see you there. So the first raid with Lucario is going to be a 6-star Steel type Haxorus. Let's see how it goes. Now, I know that Haxorus, it has only physical moves. He's a monster physically. So I'm going to use Iron Defense first turn. He's going to use Outrage, get 1 attack on us. It's not very effective because we are part Steel type. Iron Defense will defend us for the rest of the raid, or until he removes until he nullifies us, sorry. And now all we're going to do is use Nasty Plot. As you can see, it's doing no damage now at that Outrage. I think it did less than 20. We're going to use Nasty Plot here, raise our special attack by 2 stages. Removes negative effects from himself, removing the burn that he had on him, and then starts using Outrage again. It's doing about 36 damage, I think that one did. We're going to use Nasty Plot again. Now we're on +4 special attack, and now we can start attacking next turn and doing a ton of damage, getting loads of health back because of the Shell Bell. And will it miss? Never misses. As you can see, it's doing quite a bit of damage there. And we're in a very safe spot here, even though Haxorus is one of the highest attackers on the game that you can face. I think it's like 147 attack base. Perfect Pokemon to deal with him, honestly. Does his shield go up, or can we get 1 more attack away? His Outrage does 24 damage. We're fine with that. Please, shield, don't go up. I would like 1 more attack. Oh well, we'll just attack the shield. We're going to attack the shield here with an Aura Sphere. As you can see, it's doing a decent amount of damage, even though he does have his shield up and we're not terrestrialized. That's because we're on +4 special attack. Okay, so he's removed all effects from our side. I guess we set up again. We're going to use Iron Defense. We're not going to terrestrialize just yet because then our steel type goes, his outrage does more damage. He's just going to sit there using outrage on us. We're just going to use nasty plot twice again. As the first one, he nullifies already. That is ridiculous. It's been 2 turns. He does use outrage, does 100 damage that time. We're just going to use iron defense again. So he hits us with another outrage. We're going to use a nasty plot. Now we're on +2 special attack. He did steal some of our Tera earlier. We're going to use Aura Sphere this turn just because of the health that we're currently on. I know it's not going to do too much, but it'll get us a little bit of health back. I thought it'd do a lot more than that, honestly. Let's get that second nasty plot in before we terrestrialize. I forgot to click the button to terrestrialize. This raid is not going very well. But with iron defense, I doubt he does 76 damage to us. So he uses outrage. We're on +2 at the minute. Yep, he doesn't kill us. I didn't think he would. This raid's just all over the place. He nullified us twice in rapid succession, and then I clicked the wrong button twice in a row. You hate to see it. So we've used Aura Sphere after we terrestrialized finally, got back up to 160 health. There's the shield breaking. Surely he doesn't nullify again. He does use Dragon Dance, so doesn't matter though because we attack first regardless because his shield just broke. No matter how fast you are, he was faster than us anyway. And this Aura Sphere should do the trick, and the Hextress goes down. Now, I made that raid a lot harder than it needed to be for the wrong button pressing, and the nullification twice in a row very fast was just unfortunate. But it didn't need to be that hard. We didn't go down though. Let's move on to the second raid. Looks like for our second raid, we have a 6-star ice type scissor. Let's see how it goes. Oh wow, it has 130 attack and the move close combat. Did we make a grave error in entering this raid? I guess we'll find out. We're going to use iron defense first turn. We kind of have to, or we possibly get one shot. Probably not, but you can never be too careful. Here comes the close combat, doing a lot of damage as you can see, but also lowering his own defense and special defense. We're going to use iron defense again because he's probably just going to spam close combat. We can take advantage of this by setting up, by decreasing his defense and special defense while also setting up our own defense. There we go. We're not taking any damage now. Now we can use nasty plot. We raise our own special attack by 2 stages. He uses close combat again. Don't remove negative effects from yourself. I'll be very unhappy. I will cry for about 5.6 seconds. Okay, thank you. We're going to use Aura Sphere, see how much damage we do. But you all wanted to see me cry then, didn't you? But it's not happening today. Oh, we go back to full health. Amazing. He uses close combat again. That's fine. As long as he doesn't get crits, this is amazing. He lowers his defense and special defense again. The reason I didn't go another nasty plot is because people who use moves like close combat have a knack for using like the remove negative effects all the time. He uses close combat. Did you just hear me when I said about the crits? He removes negative effects from himself. He must have heard me about that as well. And he uses iron defense. That doesn't affect us. We're going to use Aura Sphere here, see how much it does. Tiny bit. Okay, we just want to get terrestrialized now. Or do we? Yeah, we do. We get wiped out. Critical hit, of course. The moment he uses Swords Dance, the moment I get scared. Lucario the Driven. How do you like that? I'm going to use Aura Sphere here, just because I want to go into a pure fighting type. Now that he's used that focus energy, we're in a lot of trouble, as you can see. Have a critical hit. This could be still salvageable, though. This is a very bad raid for us. Close combat's a very strong move, especially on Scizor. So there's no doubt he uses close combat here, so I'm going to use Terrestrialize and then use Nasty Plot. Even if he crits, it doesn't take us out and he lowers his own defense, then next turn we can get a really powerful hit on him and get loads of health back. I'm hoping we can kind of win that way, as long as he doesn't remove negative effect from himself. Can the big brain plays come in clutch here? He's going to use close combat. Does he crit? He does. That would have took us out. Lowers his own defense and special defense. We use Aura Sphere like planned. Imagine he just bullet punched and finished us off with a crit. So there's the Aura Sphere. It does a lot of damage. If we just big brained it, like you see this brain right here? 5 brain. The shield breaks. He uses close combat. It can't finish us off even with a crit. It doesn't crit. It was on this day. Duct Tapes and brain grew 3 sizes. Spicy Herba Mystica. We love it. So they are going to be my favorite fighting types that I use constantly and the best fighting types on the game, mainly because of Drain Punch. They are my favorite types. Just infinite health back. So smash the like button if you've enjoyed this video. If you want to check out the last best types, it's the best ice types. I'll put it on screen right now and I'll catch you on the next one.